Alrighty, this first tutorial bit is for the parallaxing, how you can make objects kind of like move behind one another. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is you are going to make a new script called Parallax script. So in your project tab, you're going to right click on nothing, create, new C-sharp script, C-sharp script, there you go. We're going to call it Parallax script, but I'm not really going to make it because I already made it. All right, right there. All right, and this is the actual parallax script. Now, where did I get this script from? I got it from. Make sure when you make it like this. But I actually got all the stuff in the script from Canvas. So you're gonna go to Canvas, go to announcements, go to copy this parallax script. All right, copy this whole thing, yada yada yada, paste it into your parallax script, and you'll get this script right here. All right, cool. That's the first step. All right. So you have your parallax script. Get rid of this. Yes, delete it. All right. So you have your parallax script, right? Now, the way the parallax script works is it's going to position objects in relation to movement of the camera, right? So every object that you give a parallax script to, so I'm going to drag the script onto, I'm going to drag the script onto every object that needs it, right? So my sun, my other sun, and my tree, they're all going to get the parallax script, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to, if you look at this first sun, um, it says the parallax script, it only wants to know two things. It wants to know what the camera is, but it's going to grab the camera encode, so don't worry about that. If for some reason it doesn't, just drag the camera into it like this. It shouldn't be a big deal, but you shouldn't have to do that. Anyways, so the amount of parallax is like how much it scrolls, right? So let's not focus on the tree for now. Let's get rid of the tree. Let's focus on these two suns, okay? So this is my player, this is the ground. Let's make the ground bigger. Just to do so. All right. All right, so I'm going to go to the right, right? And I'm going to start both these suns off having a amount parallax of 1, okay? And then I'll put another object in here for reference, or I'll just make the land shorter so we can kind of see. All right, so I'm going to hit play. I'm going to walk to the right. So right now, my camera is child to my player, and with a parallaxing of 1, the suns kind of move with me. So if you look at the game view, it looks like they're not moving at all, right? So 1's not like the number we're looking for, right? So let's play with it, right? I'm going to make the sun that looks like it's supposed to be further away from me. I'm going to give that a parallax of 0.5. 0.5. All right, now I'm going to hit play. All right, so now when I move, that sun's moving, right? Cool. The sun's moving slowly. You can kind of see it happening. You see how the sun feels like it's further away. All right, cool. So let's get the other sun parallaxing, right? Let's make that one, I don't know, 0.4. Okay. Now this sun, it looks like it's closer than that sun, so let's see if it's giving us the effect we want. Okay, let's go ahead 0.25 just to make the difference more pronounced. Okay, so I'm going to play again. Okay, let me actually do this so you can see a little better. All right, so now I'm going to walk forward and we're getting the effect we want. The sun in front of us is clearly way closer than the one behind us. Okay, so that's kind of how it works. As long as the number is greater than 1, greater than 0, the lower the number, the closer something is to you, if that makes any sense. And the higher the number, as long as it's under 1, I believe, the further away it is. Let's try over 1 for the far away sun. Just out of morbid curiosity, 1.1. It's going to either be really far away or it's going to be broken. I don't actually know how this code works. I didn't write it. I'm just going to write it off the web. Yeah, don't go over 1. That's weird. It's actually moving further away, if you can see. All right, so I'm going to move my further away sun back to 0.5 or 0.6, whatever it is. As long as it's under 1, it's fine. All right. So now I have those two suns that are kind of parallaxing, right? At the right level, right? And you're gonna have to adjust that number to really get the right effect for what you want. Maybe you want something really far away like the sun. Realistically, that sun's even that sun in the back is moving too fast. It would probably have to be a much lower number. or a much higher number, excuse me. Um, so we have for different like layers of objects behind you, but what about an object that's in front of you? Okay, so let's go ahead and add this tree back in. Okay, the tree also gets the parallax script, but we're going to go ahead and add it back in. So the tree, it wants a negative number to look like it's moving in front of you. All right, so I gave it negative zero point 0.5. Now the tree is moving faster, so you can kind of see.
All right. All right. This next quick thing is how you do the ground rubble. Some of you are having trouble with that. No problem. No problem at all. All right. So first things first, you got to make your rubble particle effect. So I'm going to go ahead and right click, go to UI. Excuse me. Go to effects. Go to particle system. I'll call it rubble. Boom. All right. Rubble. This is not rubble. Let's make it rubble. So first, go to your renderer, make it a sprite. So change it from default particle system to default sprite. Sprite's default. There you go. Sprite's default, and it still is not Rubble. Okay, Rubble kind of goes up and then goes right back down. So let's give it some gravity. Where's the box for gravity? Wait, am I blind? All right, the gravity modifier. There you go. All right, give it some downward momentum. It lasts too long. Okay, so we're gonna give a start lifetime of like 0.3. Boom. Um, we don't want this to loop. You want to like take a step and a little bit of dirt comes up and then it stops, right? So turn looping off. Boom. So let's hit play. All right. Well, now it still goes for way too long because the duration is set to 5. So let's set the duration to like 1. Let's see. That's even still a lot of rubble. 0.3. There you go. Just enough, just a little bit of something happening and it stops. There you go. All right. So we have that. Let's give it some more speed. And you can kind of tweak this however you want to. It doesn't really matter. Speed. Let's hit play now. All right, now it goes up too high, so we got to add more gravity. So let's go to that gravity modifier, turn that up. A little bit more. I want it to kind of go down to the level it spawned at. Okay. Like I'll put it like at its feet, like if it came like right here, okay. Let's hit play. That's good. Okay, it's a little big still. Okay, I can take the start size down. Not bad. There you go. All right, and of course make it brown or brick or whatever your terrain is. All right, cool. So we have our rubble particle effect. Go ahead and drag it into your projects tab to make it a prefab. Boom, boom. So you have your rubble down there. Now, what we also need is we need an object reference to the position where the rubble comes from. So go ahead and right click on your player and make an empty object and name it rubble spawn. There you go. All right. And this is going to be like where the rubble comes from. So we're not going to do like left side, right side. I don't really care. Go to just center mass at the feet. Boom. All right. So we have a rubble. It's been made a prefab, I believe. Where'd it go? Yeah, rubble. There you go. It's right there. All right. So let's delete the rubble that you have right here. We don't need that anymore. We just need the one that we just made. All right. Let's do some coding stuff. Go ahead and open up your player script or whatever script that you're using to walk with. All right, we need a couple things. We need a reference to the rubble that we're going to spawn. So public game object rubble, and then we need a reference to the spawn point, right? The where the rubble is going to come from. So let's make another public game object. Public game object rubble spawn. Sure. All right. Okay, so let's save it. Go back to Unity. All right, so let's tell it what everything is. So the player now has variables for rubble and rubble spawn. So rubble goes in here, and the rubble spawn is the empty object you just made. So you're gonna put that in there. Nice, right? So now we need a function to actually spawn the rubble. Okay. So right after your update loop ends, we're going to make a function called spawn rubble. Let me make this bigger. All right, public void. That's how you make a function. Spawn rubble. All right, and we're going to instantiate. Oops. Instantiate what's three things. The ones, what are you spawning? Rubble. Where are you spawning at? Well, the rubble spawn dot transform dot position. That's the position of that object. And then we're not going to rotate it all, so we're just going to write quaternion identity semicolon. All right. So we have a function that's going to spawn the rubble at the position of that rubble spawn empty object thing, and just the rotation that's already at. So I'm going to save that, and we're not done yet. Okay. So we have a function to spawn it. And what we want to do is we want to link that function to like a certain point in your walk animation. All right. So my player controller is run O. I'm going to find that. Where to go? Run O. The run animation is run test anim. Okay. Run test anim. All right. Got my animation window. So what we want to do is we want an animation event. An animation event is an event that is triggered by the animation, right? So I'm going to find some random spawn. I can barely see this, but I'm going to say this step here is when I get the rubble, right? So this little white button here looks like a bookmark. Go ahead and press that. Or like one of those long banners. Press that. Animation event. It's not going to work the first time. I don't know why. It never does. I'm going to go back to this. This player's animation event. I click on it. Function, no function selected. Choose the function that you made. Spawn rubble. All right. So now, when the player walks, when it gets to this frame of the animation, it's going to call spawn rubble, which will spawn rubble. See what it looks like. Unless I messed up. There you go. Boom. Perfect rubble. Not really that perfect. Sometimes it doesn't really look exactly like it did when you made it, so you're going to have to tweak it after the fact, but that's how we're going to make it happen. So what you want to do is, I don't really have mine like tweaked and to fine detail, is like the part of the animation where a foot hits the ground, you want it to spawn there. So your sprites are different than my sprites, obviously. So that is really it. Thank you.